Apple Watch is the most personal device we've ever created. We are so excited about Apple Watch, and I hope you are as well.
I didn't fall in love with the Apple Watch at first sight. If anything, I was a little bit skeptical. That one more thing that Tim Cook presented at the end of the iPhone keynote in 2014 had been a long time coming. At that point, there were already a ton of fitness trackers and smartwatches. And yeah, this one was classy and polished, but it still kind of seemed like an extension of the iPhone, and it was an expensive one at that I wasn't sure I needed. 10 years later, it's still the best-selling smartwatch in the world, and it's still the only piece of tech that I actually wear all day and all night. Now, how did we get here? Well, for me, it was all about the heart. Let me take you back in time to March 2015, the day of Apple's Spring Forward event held right over there in the Yerba Buena Center in San Francisco. This was when Apple was launching the Apple Watch to the world, and then it would come to stores on April 24th of that same year. I was in the demo room and had just gotten my hands on the $17,000 gold or May version of the original Apple Watch. And it was my first video for CNET in English, and I was just shaking through that entire video.
In many ways, the Series 10 still feels like that same Apple Watch. Well, minus the expensive gold edition, of course. It's still my phone finder, my go-to wallet, my workout buddy, and yes, I still have to charge it every single day. But what's really changed about the Apple Watch isn't something you can see. And that turning point came with the Series 4.
We had a little bit of a leap forward in the sensors, right? So we had the advanced motion sensors that allowed us to offer fall detection. We then had the electrical heart sensor that allowed us to offer the ECG app. So there were some moments that, kind of let us kind of push things even further.
It was December of 2018, and I was testing out the new ECG feature for a story with Dr. Gregory Marcus, a cardiologist at UCSF, and comparing it to a full-fledged medical-grade electrocardiogram at the hospital. Now, the last thing I expected was for the Apple Watch to actually catch anything abnormal about my heart rhythm.
So we see that you have these two narrow beats, and intermittently you have this wider early beat. That one right there, that one right there. So normal, normal, early, normal, normal, early. And that matches what we see on the EKG, where you have normal, normal, early, and wide.
My heart was literally skipping a beat.
Luckily, it didn't turn out to be anything serious. It was just stress-related, induced by sleep deprivation and just trying to make it work as a new mom.
But in that moment, the Apple Watch stopped being just a fitness tracker. I caught up with Dr. Marcus nearly 7 years after our original story, and now he uses ECGs from devices like the Apple Watch to help diagnose real heart conditions in his patients.
When a consumer or user obtains an EKG, it'll get some sort of read, possible atrial fibrillation, normal, etc. That is not sufficient, but those recordings can be saved, usually as a PDF, and sent to a healthcare professional. The healthcare professional can make a diagnosis of atrial fibrillation using those EKGs.
That Christmas, I bought 2 more Apple Watches for each of my parents who live in El Salvador. If I couldn't be there to watch over them, I wanted the Apple Watch to at least let me know if anything was going wrong, like it did to me.
Over time, we've been able to offer more proactive notifications and more proactive insights.
ECG and heart rate notifications were just the beginning. Now the Apple Watch can flag signs of sleep apnea, overall mobility, menstrual cycle changes, and cardiovascular trends. At the risk of oversharing, cycle tracking on the Apple Watch definitely played a role in helping me conceive, and postpartum too. Getting a notification that my cardio fitness score had dipped was the last thing I wanted to hear after birthing a human. But I'll admit, my ego took the bait and I got moving again, just to reclaim my high score.
And now I'm a mom of 3, so I have 0 time to work out. And I actually use the heart rate zones to make sure that I'm pushing myself in every workout to maximize the little time that I have. I also use vitals and training load to make my workouts more efficient.
What really inspired and motivated us to do more and to continue to pull on those threads and push the boundaries of what this device could do was hearing stories from users about, learning something about their health that they wouldn't have otherwise learned because they were wearing this device throughout the day.
And I think that's really the secret sauce of the Apple Watch. The fact that it turns my data into something real that I can actually use, whether it's through a heart rate notification or a nudge in the middle of a workout or a literal cry for help. Now, do I wish it looked a little more like this? Definitely. Do I wish it lasted more than 24 hours? 100%. But I'm still gonna wear it. And maybe the next 10 years will bring a little more of what we want to see in the Apple Watch, paired with what we already love about it. What do you guys think? What's on your Apple Watch wish list? Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.